Conspiracy is the NFL crafted the matchups around Taylor Swift's concert schedule in an effort to allow her to attend more games. Is this real and is it significant? So I've got toothpaste, bubble gum, and pudding. And we'll combine all of these things together and we'll give you a giant migraine headache. Enjoy. Number one.
Number one.
Lorraine, you jumped.
Number one.
No, let me try that again. Number one.
Number one.
There we go.
Number one.
Man, I think we got to get Lorena some food here. I think we got to get her some. All right, anyway, listen. To answer the question, the NFL crafting the matchup for the schedule around Taylor Swift's concert schedule, is that, you agree with that? Is that real? Is that significant? I'm going yes and yes. I'm going 2 yeses on that. That's my answer, my final answer. That's it. The implication is rather startling that the NFL handcrafted things in an effort to accommodate a pop diva who's canoodling the Chiefs tight end, but it makes a lot of sense. It from a business standpoint, it's good business. You're riding the coattails of the Swifties. And the Swifties buy jerseys too, as Michael Jordan would say. It's not a great look in terms of integrity and things like that. Now, how do we know it's not a great look for the NFL? Because after the own vice president, the vice president of the NFL gave the statement, their own guy, the story was like a tsunami. It was everywhere. It went viral. And the NFL, how did they handle it? They circled the wagon. The NFL decided this is not a good look, so we need to clean this up. There's a spill on aisle 7. We got to clean this up. So they reached out to a bunch of useful idiots in the media who then blindly just repeated whatever the NFL tells them as the league tried to put the toothpaste back in the tube. They said, we got the toothpaste, we've taken it out of the tube, and we're going to put it back in and make it seem like we're not going to have any toothpaste missing. Good luck. Unring the bell. Methinks they're trying a bit too hard because there was some funny business going on. The NFL's trying to spin this. Well, it's because we had scheduled dates where stadiums were being used for Taylor Swift. But that's not exactly what the guy said. At least that's, as I understand it, that's not what he gave to the media. It's not. And so I think there was some funny business. For example, I'll give you an example of the conspiracy. The NFL scheduled the Chiefs to play in Orchard Park in Buffalo on November 17th. Now, why does that matter? That same weekend, Taylor Swift, 111 miles away in Canada, in Toronto, at the Rogers Center, Taylor Swift will be performing 6 shows between November 14th and November 23rd. You know what day she's not performing? Ding, 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 November 17th. I'm sure that's just a coinky dink, right? Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, nothing to see here. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's the ticket. All right, now page 2. We pay a brief visit to the Motor City, where Jared Goff was the toast of Motown. Jared Goff claiming that job security and a no-trade clause were the deciding factors, the biggest factors in that massive Lions contract. A huge contract. So how does that strike you? So it strikes me as a big bottle of eyewash or a container of applesauce. It's nonsense. The no-trade thing doesn't matter because players with no-trade clauses still end up getting traded. So all it does is allow you to get a little bit of extra money. But Jared Goff is comfortable because the Lions have hooked him up with more bubble gum. They've said, okay, Jared, we're going to give you more bubble gum. It's double mint gum. Double your pleasure, double your fun. This is the second mega contract for Jared Goff in his NFL career. Extra generational wealth for the spawns of Jared Goff and for the Goff family. And Jared Goff has been slightly above mediocre. Sometimes he's pretty good. Typically, when he plays in big situations, he has the yips. That's usually how it goes. But Is it true that Jared Goff, by the time this contract is done in Detroit, and there's still a chance he gets a third contract, but by the time this contract is done, when you combine the money he has gotten from the Rams and the Lions, he will end up clearing $400 million in guaranteed money. A little over $400 million to be a slightly above baseline quarterback in the NFL. Business is booming. Business is booming. We go now, final point, we go to Cleveland, where our friend Strip Club John runs an establishment there. But Cleveland is the slot here. So we follow up an autopsy of an NBA elimination. The body is still not cold. The cadaver is losing to the Celtics. And Spider Mitchell, we did a monologue about Spider yesterday. He's back at it again. And Spider has had enough. He can't take it anymore. He cannot take it anymore. So Spider Mitchell is pushing back against reports that he was frustrated by some of the Cavalier teammates, and he's not happy. In Cleveland, on social media, he used the cap emoji. OMG. The cap emoji. It does not get more serious than cap emoji. Saying, Spider Mitchell, that he is sick of y'all. I didn't realize he was from Texas. He's sick of y'all sometimes in response to a report from a Cleveland media outfit that said that Spider Mitchell had grown frustrated with some of his teammates, the lack of maturity, the lack of focus, the playoff level readiness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and they were just not willing to listen. So, quickly, Donovan Mitchell saying that he's sick of fake reports with the cap emoji, about his frustrations with his Cavs teammates. Where are you at on this one? So I believe the chatter and not the emoji. I do believe that. However, there is a dimension in the Twilight Zone where Donovan Mitchell realizes he's got to stay in Northern Ohio, so he's got to be a good cop. Now, I still think he's gone. I don't believe he's going to stay. But there is a dimension. It's come to my attention because of the way this is all set up here that the proof ultimately is in the pudding, right? The ball's in his court. Mitchell has a player option, which he is almost certainly going to activate, get out of his contract. But he is eligible to sign a 4-year contract for $208 million in extension with the Cavs starting July 6th. So, even though there has been a growing drumbeat, that is a tough decision. How much do you want to get out of Cleveland? Do you turn down? Now, he'll get a lot of money wherever he plays, but do you want to turn down $208 million because you don't like your teammates and you don't like the restaurants in Cleveland and things like that? That's a tough bridge to cross. That's not an easy bridge to cross.